So, back again on the pull-ups. So very brief warm-up, just get a bit of shoulder lubrication I suppose. Got weighed in this morning, about under 172. Obviously, when I recorded it, I had to add the weight to the iPad, but actual body weight under 172. So yeah, I mean, in reality, that's the direction that I want to go in. But I'm thinking that for the time being 170 is going to be the lowest I want to go for quite a while. Long term maybe go lower. I think eventually the healthy option when I'm considerably older is going to be below 170 actually. But for the time being 170 is my target. Who knows, I might go for a bit, you know, the training might take me up a little bit, but I'm thinking 170. I'm going to say the diet is doing what it should do. So I'm having the one day a week carb up, which is going to be Friday. Yeah, previously I was carbing up every fourth day. I've gone to 1 day a week, but the difference being that the 1 day a week carb up is substantial rather than just one meal. So it's not just a little carb up. It's a tremendous carb up. It is such fun, you know. I wish every day was carb up day. But yeah, reality dictates, as per usual. Yeah, I mean, that's a good phrase, isn't it? Reality dictates. You know, it's not what you think reality is. It's what reality is. Anyway. Yeah, I think the diet's working. So during the week, you know, the scale weight tends to come down because what's in effect happening is that you are depleting the glycogen in the muscle, and the glycogen is basically carbohydrate stored. Let's say, you know, long story short, you know, eat carbohydrate, the body creates glycogen stores in the muscles, and alongside the glycogen store comes water. So glycogen is stored with water. So as you deplete the glycogen, you're also shedding water weight. Therefore, you do get quite a significant scale loss. Obviously some of that is quite transient, because as soon as you refill the glycogen stores, then you're going to get scale weight again. It's going to come back. But the point is simply that let's say this is Friday before the carb up. So every Friday you should be getting a progressively lower scale weight if your intention is to lose weight. And vice versa, if you're wanting to gain weight, then every Friday it's going to go in the opposite direction. The scale weight is going to go up. So the whole process is determined by, well, how many calories you're consuming throughout the diet, and also the magnitude of the carb up. So if you go for if you're a fat person, let's say, can you say fat person? Okay. If like me, you're a fat person, can you say that? Yeah. Can you denigrate yourself? You know, if you are carrying a lot of excess adipose that you don't want, does that get around it? Then the wise solution is, if you're going to carb up at all, you don't have to. If you're going to carb up at all, then make it a gentle carb up. Don't carb up very much. Have a very moderate amount of carbs. Yeah, you know, obviously you can go the whole hog and not take any, not carb up at all. If you've got a tremendous excess of body fat that you want to lose, don't carb up at all. Yeah. But if you are getting progressively leaner, then the carb up should match that. So the leaner you are, the greater the carb up. Yeah. If you are very lean, there's nothing wrong with 2 carb ups a week. You know, maybe one of the carb ups could be substantially greater than the other, but it all depends on your level of leanness. So again, it's a case of reacting to the unfolding reality. You have to react to the reality. Okay, enough said on that front. Yeah, so this is the result so far, and I think that, you know, day by day you can see a difference. Yeah, I think, you know, hopefully, I don't know what, you know, when I'm looking at it on the, from where I'm standing, and I'm looking at the screen, you know, it looks really, really tight and defined. When I load these things up to YouTube, you know, very often I'm thinking, oh well, it didn't, you know, I looked better than that when I was watching it. So I think a lot of this is to do with, you know, the cameras and the screen resolution and all the rest of it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I notice that. Oh, for example, when you know, some of the videos, they tend to distort. So when you get a circle, yeah, that's a circle. Yeah, I mean, very often the distortion causes it to flatten out, so everything is wider, or it goes in the opposite direction. Everything stretches out. But never mind, never mind. Yeah, yeah. The camera does lie. Yeah, it does distort. It does distort the actual reality. But I'm only going to go on what I can just see now at this moment in time, and what I see now, to me, you know, it's a great result, I think. Yeah. You know, to me, I look pretty defined in, you know, relative to me, you know, relative to my experience. Yeah. Now, obviously, if you're used to seeing the, you know, the giant roiders, steroid users, you know, what I'm showing here is going to be pretty mediocre. Okay, but I think if you're talking in terms of, you know, natural training, natural lifting, you know, bearing in mind that I'm 58, bear in mind that, you know, all last year I did it completely wrong because I was doing, you know, not wrong in my opinion, you know, I was doing something else. I was pursuing the cardio, you know, and I enjoyed it no end. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, so, you know, to a certain extent, the hypertrophy, you know, the weight training, the bodybuilding was on the back burner while I pursued sort of like, you know, longer distances or faster or whatever, you know, multiple modalities. So running, biking, rowing, bit of punch bag. Yeah. But I think that, you know, the pendulum swung a little bit too, well, you know, yeah, two factors. All that cardio stuff is great when the sun's out, and when it starts, like today, it's snowing. Yeah, so UK weather forecast, if you want to check it out, it's snowing today. You know, it's all of that tends to reduce my appetite for doing cardio. But yeah, I mean, I think I went a little bit too far on the cardio front, and now I'm getting back to the hypertrophy front. Maybe I will eventually swing back. You know, probably in summertime, I will concentrate more on the cardio front. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. Talking about general things. Let's do some training. So, it's not so warm today in the house, don't know why. Maybe the external temperature's affected it. As I say, it's snowing. Okay, so last time on the dates, on a 3-minute timer, it went with 10 kilos, 76555, that's the result. 5 sets, 76555, that's what happened last time. So can I beat any of those? As I think I said previously, I really like to beat the first set. That is the one that makes me happiest to beat. Yeah. I suppose it's the overall result is what counts. Just top up the joint lubrication before we start. Probably do. Keep thinking I'm going to snap the banister doing this. The banister moves. Yeah, let's get 10 kilos on, let's do it. Okay, as you can see, 2 5-kilo discs. Hopefully you can see that. That's a 5, that's a 5. Can you see it? Yeah, well. Taking on trust, 10 kilos. Get that round my waist. And we'll do a few reps and see how it. Oh, timer. Get the timer on the go. Slow down, not ready yet. Weight on. Timer going. 8, 8, 8. 8 reps. Come on, 8. Eight it is. So, whatever happens, in my mind, if the first set improves, then it's going to be a win, whatever. But yeah, last time I got 6, this time I'm going to go for 7. So what's it all about, eh? Progressive tension overload. It's as simple as that. You don't need to know the science behind this to make it work. You know, obviously, if you get deep into this game, you know, you want to know how it works. It's all part of the charm of it, I suppose. Yeah. You know, the actual doing the training is not all there is to it. You know, it's the endless discussion and debates and learning about the process. Yeah, it's to me it's tremendously enjoyable. You know, arguably it's a waste of time, but you know, so is watching telly. So is so much of what we do in our free time. You know, basically we don't have the resources to do much more than attempt to spend the time in an enjoyable way. And personally, I like to watch YouTube, the videos, the commentary, you know, the endless bickering and debating and fighting. It's great fun, I think. I really do. I really enjoy it. Yeah, yeah. I think in many ways, you know, the problem is it just becomes it just becomes a, you know, an endless round of insults. But yeah, you live and learn. You live and learn. Okay, so what's the next? Seven reps we're going for. Yeah, chin over the band. That's what the band's there for. Yeah, objective measure. 7 reps will be fine. Seven it is. Progressive tension overload. So obviously the weight remains the same. I got more reps. Yes? Tangible, objective proof that the process is working. I don't think that any other evidence works as in the short term anyway. You know, you cannot really measure muscle growth. You know, if you get, you know, not in any immediate way. If you gain a couple of pounds of body weight in a month, let's say, or you know, let's say you know, you're a beginner, you gain a couple of kilos in a, you know, I don't know, let's say you gain 10 kilos in a year or whatever, or 20 kilos in a year, yeah. Even so, that the rate of accumulation will be very, very small, yeah. Now, you won't be able to see it from session to session. You won't be able to definitively say from, you know, from day to day that anything's happening. You can only see it on a long term, in the long term. Whereas, you know, the numbers, the weights and the reps, you know, sets, weights, reps, you know, you can obviously see that there's some sort of progression or regression. There's a lot of factors involved. For example, if you're gaining weight or losing weight, you know, that's got to be taken into account. So let's say you're losing weight and you're lifting the same. Say you weighed 300 pounds and you squatted 200 kilos for reps, let's say, and then you move down to 250 pounds and you achieve the same objective performance. And I think most people regard that as a win. You know, out of less body weight, you got the same performance. Yeah, it would indicate that you would improve your body composition. Okay, so last time I got 5, so we're going to go 6. Come on then, 6 reps for the win. And remember, anybody who's watching this, you know, I'm going to be training 6 days a week, and this is, you know, this is the third consecutive day. You know, my limbs aren't falling off, and even on the off day, I was exercising. I was vigorously punishing the punch bag. So I think last Sunday I did a good hour. Yeah, and that's not tapping the thing. That's hitting it hard. Yeah, there's some muscular effort involved. But let's say 6 days a week, and yeah, you know, it's progressing. Okay, so let's see how long it lasts. I don't know. You know, as I always say, be like water, react to the unfolding reality. Don't be an absolutist. If I can make rapid progress, in other words, training very, very frequently and making improvements frequently, then I prefer that to making slow progress, if any progress, by training once a week, twice a week. Yeah. You know, I think the problem with the once a week approach, if you take that, yeah, not many do obviously. Not many people do this once a week. You know, most people have got more sense, I think. But you know, if you take the once a week approach, more than likely, yeah, it works. You know, stimulate the body. You know, you perform. When, you know, obviously, immediately after the performance, you are weaker. You can't repeat it. You know, 10 minutes later, an hour later, you couldn't repeat it. Stimulate. Your body recovers over time. Your body makes adaptations. It actually grows. You know, there's a hypertrophic response if you give it the food and the water and the rest, etc. But how long does it take? You know, I suggest to you, in most cases, the vast majority of cases, 2 or 3 days maybe. You know, so if I train a little muscle like biceps, more than likely I could train it today, tomorrow, and the day after, and make progress. It doesn't require that long for the whole process, you know, the stimulus, recovery, adaptation to take place. But problem with only training the body once a week is that probably you get the recovery, the adaptation, and then you go back down before you train again. Okay, 6. Come on, 6. 6. Yeah, it's quite an individual thing. It depends where you are on the journey. Oh, that was 6 by the way. So everything's a beat so far. You have to make your individual adjustments. You know, if you train once a week, so 50 times a year, and yeah, let's be generous, let's be kind. Let's say that you train 50 times a year, and on each time you make progress. But what if you trained 100 times a year? That was twice a week, yeah, and you made progress. To me, you know, it's almost like, let's go to the supermarket, darling. Okay, let's get in the car. Why are you travelling at 5 miles an hour? Oh, no worries, love, no worries, we're going to get there. Yeah? Why so slow? Obviously, you know, there's a lot of individual variation. I think, you know, I'm gonna guess, you know, I don't know, I've not experienced it, but some sort of a little ectomorph, yeah, or someone who's close to the ectomorphic ideal, because you know, these ideals don't exist in reality. They're simply, they are ideals. Yes. So no one is going to be purely ectomorphic or purely mesomorphic or purely endomorphic. Everybody's going to be a certain blend. But let's say someone who is nearly, you know, is mostly ectomorphic. Maybe they just simply can't take the training. They can't take the punishment. It's too much for them. Yeah, likely they hate it. Yeah, likely they think of it as an incredible burden. But they want the results. You know, they don't want to be this skinny little ectomorph. Yeah. But you know, maybe that person would have to accept low volume, low frequency, slow glacial progress. Probably the you know, the positive trade-off from that would be the ability to eat to your heart's content and not gain fat, which is for a lot of people that would be a great bonus. But yeah, I mean, if I were to, you know, classify myself, I would say I'm a blend of a mesomorph and endomorph, I would say. Hopefully more mesomorphic than endomorphic. Okay, last set, let's get 6. I counted 7. What a shocking victory. A great victory. Okay, onwards and upwards. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice when it goes right, but you gotta accept that nothing works forever. You know, if this worked forever, I could simply put on a kilo every time I trained, or I could put on a rep every time I trained, and it would not take long to be, you know, lifting thousands of kilos. And obviously there are limits. Okay, so last time 76555, this time 87667. Shocking, great, wonderful, perfect. Yes? So far, proving so far that you can train multiple days in a row and still make progress. Okay, my friends.